Let's get right to it. Today, we're going to learn some finger picking patterns. So we're going to start with something pretty straightforward. We're going to have our thumb on the fourth string, our index finger on the second string, our middle finger on the first string. We're not going to use this third string at all. Now, notice a few things. My thumb is turned a little bit sideways, not perfectly sideways, but a little bit, just because that's more comfortable for the wrist. The other thing is, for my fingers, they're not locked rigid like I'm going to try and lift something heavy, right? They're actually going to be pretty flexible so that when my finger hits the string, it actually can bend a little bit right at that first joint, right? And I'm not hooking under the string. I'm just dragging across the top here. Right? I've got my finger so the fingertip extends beyond the string just a little bit, and then I just drag it. Okay? Gently. Right? We want to do everything with the minimum amount of effort. So, I'm going to use the same C to A minor to F to G7 chord pattern we learned in our very first lesson. And we're just going to go thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Okay, nice and straightforward. Practice it with the metronome. I know I say that a lot, but it's the best thing you can do. You want nice, even timing. Now you may find any chord that involves you having to finger the fourth string, you got to be sure to get that string fingered quickly so that when you hit that string, the chord is already in place. Okay, let's make it a little more complicated, not much. We're going to take the thumb and we're going to alternate fourth and third string. So it's fourth string, index, middle, third string, index, middle. Okay. A minor, F, G7, C. Okay. Now, let's add a little more to it. This time, what we're going to do, right, I'm going to go fourth string, then index, middle, index. And I cannot stress enough how little force I'm using when I finger pick. Okay? I'm not trying to rip the string out. I'm just really just brushing across the strings. Okay? And it doesn't really matter for our purposes right now. You can have your finger come to rest on another string, or you can have it come up in the air. What's called a rest stroke or what's called a free stroke. We don't care right now. Okay, I'm primarily doing free strokes where my finger comes up into the air, but either way works. Okay, so again, that's thumb, index, middle, index. Let's take the next obvious step and alternate fourth and third strings. Again, it's going to be thumb, index, middle, index, and then third string, index, middle, index, like this. Now, you can change a couple of these up. Instead of going fourth string and then third, you can start with the third. and that gives you a very different sound. Okay, let's do one more. This time, we're going to put our thumb on the 4th string, index, middle, ring finger. And we're just going to go thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring. Now, some people would use the thumb twice. They'd go 4th, 3rd, index, middle. Just use the method you like. Some people will take their pinky and anchor it on the ukulele while they're playing these. And that's fine too. A lot of people do that. Even professionals have been known to do that. You're not really going to use your pinky to pluck strings with this hand because you've only got 4 strings. So if you want to anchor your pinky on there, you can do that. So we've got multiple patterns you can practice now. And anything where we've alternated the thumb 4 to 3, you can alternate it 3 to 4 instead. So for example, take the one we just did. We went 4, 3, index, middle. Okay, a little bit harder, you can go 3, 4. Right? 4, 3, index, middle. You can go 4, 3, 4, index, middle. So, best thing you can do, practice these with the metronome because it's really important to get that nice, even timing with it. Alternate some of these patterns, change them up. And, you know, there are songs where it's just not going to sound right to strum along, and finger picking is going to work better. Now, all we've done is 1 string at a time. There are patterns where we might pluck 2 strings at the same time. That's a whole other lesson. So this one's short, but there's a lot in it for you to practice. So go play, and I'll see you next time.